Hi, I'm John Rampton here with Bruce Clay. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about product listing ads. I know a lot of people, I've had problems with a lot of clients. Seems like what's going wrong with product listing ads?
Well, when you can get a product listing ad and actually get it placed, you're good. What we're finding is a lot of people are having difficulty either jumping through the hoops, getting them in there, and getting them placed at all.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem you face is actually getting into the product listing ad area. The second is setting price. Obviously, you want to bid for the product listing ads to be able to get them to show up right, and then you still need to have either a rating, the nice micro format stuff, or you need to set a price because people are going to look at them and get them and choose from them. And then you still have the issue is what is the way that these things are being rendered? Is it in a carousel or is it not in a carousel?
Yep.
What's it going to look like on a mobile device?
So is there a way to optimize for carousel or not for carousel? Have you found any way to do that?
No, and in fact, our experience is that the rating system, even on the carousel where you say I only want 5-star, doesn't work.
Yeah, I've noticed the exact same thing. It's randomized. There's no way to optimize for it.
There doesn't seem to be a way to optimize for that. It seems to be more centered on what your click rate, your bill rate is.
And how much you're paying them.
Yes, and how much you're paying them. And obviously at the end of the day, that part can be somewhat optimized. The problem is you don't have visibility to a lot of those things like you do on pay-per-click. The product listing ad is primitive compared to pay-per-click.
Right.
So what we have to be able to do is understand conversion rate and then backtrack it into product listing ads and then determine whether we want to raise or lower the bid.
Yep.
It's a very tedious process. I think I mentioned to you earlier, we have a product that helps address and optimize bids in product listing ads,
Yeah.
which is wonderful considering almost everybody's flying blind. You
Yeah.
set the price, you set your bid, you don't have any visibility, you're hoping that it's going to work. And
You're throwing a dart at a dartboard and just hoping it sticks.
that's what you're doing. And I have seen a lot of people with product listing ads where you're not in the top and it might as well not even be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it falls off.
It hurts your account, I find. Hurts your account if you're not in the top 4,
Right.
5. I mean, even if you're not in the top 3.
I have used, looking for restaurants in a particular city, and I've used the carousel where they'll have 30 restaurants, and it is difficult to find what you want. And by the time you click through and you look at it and you go back, the carousel is a great idea when you have lots of entries. It's just not able to be optimized very well.
Now, is there a way to optimize it all for different types of devices, like mobile versus that on there?
Well, fundamentally, you just pay more if you want to show up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Have you found that different pictures go better on mobile? Does that make sense? Have you played around with pictures, meaning different picture formats or closer up pictures versus on a desktop further away? Does that make sense? Have you messed around anything?
No. However, I think that what you have, if you're talking about format, you're talking like PNG versus JPEG.
Yep.
Google has a definite preference for JPEG.
Yep.
We know that. If it is closer, large, depends upon the media. If it's a desktop, you have the ability to see a little more detail.
Yep.
If it's on a tiny little phone, you may not be able to pick out the detail, so it has to be something a little bit simplistic. Historically, we have found that a light background performs better than a black background.
Yep.
But that's...
I found the exact same.
Yeah. So those kinds of things I think are important, but those are fundamental graphics things.
Yeah.
I don't think that behaves different on a mobile than a desktop. I think the same thing works for one and the other.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Again, John Rampton here with Bruce Clay. Thanks a lot, guys.